Nimisha here from Englishfirm. Today is the first video of our new series, Study and Practice with Englishfirm, where in the first part, I'll explain how a task is done, and in the next part is for you to practice around 20 to 50 questions of every item of PTE. Starting with the most important one, Write From Dictation today. This is the second highest scoring item in the whole test, carrying 32 marks, and out of which 22 is given to writing and around 10 is given to your listening module. So if you look at it, this is an item that comes under the listening module. It is the last question in the whole test. However, it impacts your writing more than your listening module, which means this question alone can decide whether you get your desired score in your writing module. So what you do in this task essentially is, you will hear an audio which is just one sentence. It could be anywhere between 7 to 14 words long, and all you have to do is type the words of the sentence exactly as it is on the screen provided. Now, few mistakes that many students make here. First and foremost, relying completely on your memory rather than taking notes. What I've noticed these days is, not just the students, including me, we rely so much on technology, because of which our memory skills are not as strong as before. So I'm sure you are hearing all the words. We hear all the words when the audio is played, but within few seconds, we immediately forget half of it or even more. Which is why it's always a great idea to take down notes, as they provide you with a notebook and pen in the exam. And even when you take down notes, do not try to write the whole sentence or the correct spelling on your notes. The notes are just for you to recollect your memory. So even if you get the spelling wrong on your notes, it's all right. Because if you worry about getting the spelling right while you take down the notes, you will still forget the remaining part of the words. So learn to take short notes. What I recommend here is, when you listen to the audio, note down the first letter of every word vertically, not horizontally, vertically. There is a reason, because if you write it vertically, it's less confusing and you have more space on the right side to add the remaining part of the word later. So while you listen to the audio, focus on the meaning of the sentence, note down the initials of the word, and as soon as the audio is over, add a little bit more of the word, because even after a few seconds, you may not remember what the letter was for. So it's good to add a little bit more of the words. I'll show you how to take down notes while we do one task together. And the second mistake that students make after typing it in, not proofreading. So you might know good spellings, you're good with spellings, you're good with vocabulary, but when you type, there could be mistakes. So do not just type and move on. Check your spelling, check the spacing. If you forget to space two words, it'll look like a single word to the computer and you could be losing 2 marks for both of those words. So in between every word, leave a space, start with a capital letter, end with a full stop. And the most common question and the most confusing question for many students, can you write extra words in Write From Dictation? 100% yes, because we have got students who got 90 in listening and writing by writing extra words. So this is an advantage of PTE. According to the scoring criteria, the computer gives you 1 mark for each word. There is no negative marking for wrong words. So in cases where you're confused about the spelling of a word or the word form, for example, you don't know if they said flower or flowers, just write both. And if you're not sure if the spelling of receive is R-E-C-E-I-V-E or C-I-E-V-E, write both. So these are the few things to keep in mind. So before you start practicing, make sure you have a notebook and pen ready. Also, make sure you have a notebook and pen separately only for your spellings, because another common mistake that I notice among students these days is a lot of spelling mistakes. Again, I would blame technology and mobile phones, because all these mobile phones, Grammarly, your laptop, they always help you autocorrect your spellings, which is not the case in the exam. You don't have autocorrect or spell check. You need to write the spelling on your own, and many students tend to make a lot of spelling mistakes, and because of which they're losing a lot of marks in listening and writing. So make sure to take a note of the words that you make a spelling mistake on, and revise those words every single day. So after you write your answer, pause and voice the answer with the words, with the spelling, and whichever spellings you made wrong, make sure you make a note of it in your spellings notebook in the other one. So that's pretty much it, guys. So let's start with practicing. You will be practicing 50 questions with me today, and best of luck.
The university has expanded its online learning platforms to support distance education. Effective note-taking strategies can enhance comprehension during lectures. Research proposals must be approved before commencing any fieldwork. Teamwork plays a crucial role in achieving successful project outcomes. Academic honesty is a fundamental principle of scholarly work. The internship program provides valuable hands-on industry experience. Students are advised to attend orientation sessions at the start of each semester. Peer review ensures the quality and credibility of academic publications. Proper time allocation helps maintain a balance between study and leisure. The library's digital archive contains thousands of scholarly articles. The presentation should include both visual aids and verbal explanations. Class attendance contributes significantly to overall course performance. Environmental studies promote awareness of global sustainability challenges. The dissertation must include a comprehensive literature review. Students are expected to submit their assignments through the online portal. Academic conferences offer opportunities for knowledge sharing and networking. Every research project should follow a clear and logical structure. Scholarship recipients are required to maintain a minimum GPA each semester. Continuous assessment helps monitor student progress throughout the course. The lab manual outlines safety protocols for chemical experiments. Effective communication skills are essential in both academic and professional settings. Students can seek guidance from the academic advisor when selecting electives. The research question should be specific, measurable, and relevant. The university encourages innovation through startup incubation centers. Critical analysis forms the foundation of advanced academic writing. Course evaluations allow students to provide feedback on teaching quality. The study abroad program offers students exposure to diverse cultures. The results section of the report should present data clearly and concisely. Group discussions help develop reasoning and argumentation skills. The university's policy prohibits the use of unauthorized materials during exams. Students are encouraged to participate in volunteer and outreach programs. Proper citation acknowledges the original source of information. Data visualization tools can simplify complex research findings. A well-structured conclusion reinforces the main arguments of a paper. Online tutorials are available to support students with technical subjects. Field trips provide practical insights beyond classroom learning. Students should develop a consistent study schedule for better productivity. The Dean's List recognizes students with exceptional academic performance. Presentation slides must be submitted at least one day before the session. The Student Council organizes various community development initiatives. Ethical considerations must be addressed in all research involving participants. The final examination will cover topics discussed throughout the semester. Proper formatting of academic documents reflects professionalism. Students are encouraged to seek constructive feedback from their mentors. The learning management system is updated regularly with new resources. A clear abstract summarizes the main points of a research paper. Workshops on digital literacy are available for all undergraduate students. Laboratory reports should include observations, results, and interpretations. The university promotes interdisciplinary collaboration among faculties. Regular revision sessions can significantly improve exam performance.